Good morning, lovely people. I didn't realize I was live already. It's Marie Alessi here, and I really wanted to share something with you that happened in a meditation last week. So I thought I instantly have to bring my new knowledge, my epiphany to you guys. That's what I always do. I learn something and I want to share it with you. I hear questions in our movement. I want to answer them for you. And this very thing happened, as I said, in a meditation, and it was a meditation on Mindvalley. I do want to have a shout out here to Mindvalley because they offer extremely amazing content, meditations, classes, courses, and I really, really love what they do. Unfortunately, I don't know which exact meditation it was. I would love to tell you. But anyway, there was this one moment that talked about the forward and the reverse gap, and I thought that the reverse gap is something that is so important to me, and I never had this very word or term for it, the reverse gap, and I absolutely love how they describe that. We so often look at the forward gap as in, where am I now and where do I want to be? And there's always this feeling, that subconscious notion of I am not there yet. I'm here, I'm not there yet. There's still so much to learn, so much to do, something that still needs my attention, something that still tells me I'm just not good enough yet or not there yet. So it always subconsciously suggests that where you are right now is not where you want to be in the future, if that makes sense. So there is a lack of appreciation for who you are right now. And even more so, there's a lack of appreciation and acknowledgement and celebration for what you have actually already achieved in your life. So when we look at the term reverse gap, what they were referring to in a meditation was the gap between where you were and where you are now. And this is something we rarely ever look at. We hardly look at how far we've actually come. And I thought in the space of grief, it's even more so important than anywhere else that I can imagine right now to really look at where was I the day I heard the dreadful news and where am I today? And I can promise you that wherever you are in your life right now, that you are further along than the very moment where you receive the news. And it might not really feel like that for some of you, and for others it might feel like there are worlds apart between the reverse gap, the where you were when you received the news and where you are today. And I really wanted to invite you to take a moment today or right now with me to actually look back and look at that reverse gap. Look at that gap behind you. How far have you come from that very moment when you first received the news? You can apply that to any area in your life, really. Yet, since we are in the field of healing, since we constantly talk about how to heal your grief, I'd really invite you to look at that for a moment. Start with that. How far have you come in your healing journey? And I particularly want to call it healing journey because this is what we focus on in Loving Life After Loss. We focus on the healing, not so much on the grieving, because grieving is something that automatically happens along the way anyway. The painful moments, they happen along the way anyway. The healing moments are the one that we choose, that we create, that we put our focus and our attention to. It's a mindset thing, it's a decision, it's a choice. Healing is a choice. And this is my reminder for you. You might be sitting here thinking, what on earth is she talking about? Then please do reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat with you. There's no sales involved. There's just you and I having a chat behind the camera and just looking into your life. Where are you at right now? How can we help you move forward? I just would love to point you in the right direction. I would love to give you a couple of pointers in terms of mindset, in terms of perspective. How can you look at your life so you can claim your power back? So you can claim back the choices, the decisions that you can make in your life right now, rather than focusing on those who were not your decision to be made. We don't decide about life in terms of who stays around for how long. Yet we can decide how we live our life as long as we are here, if that makes sense. So there are a couple of things that came up for me in terms of the forward and the reverse gap. And I also thought about the idea of imposter syndrome. How often do we come to a point in our lives where we have stood up and we are shining and we are putting things out into the world that make a huge difference? And then we have this imposter syndrome, this moment where we're like, do I really know enough about this? Have I really learned enough to teach this? We all have these moments. Like, I work in the coaching field and I talk to so many coaches out there in the world who all experience this imposter syndrome, who all get to the point where I'm like, do I really know enough to talk about this? So this is where the reverse gap comes in. I'd really love for you to have a look at how far you have come in your training, in your life, in whatever it is that you do in the world right now. And if you're in a situation where you're actually not enjoying what you're doing in your life right now, what can you do differently? This is an invitation. This is an invitation that comes around every single day, but not every single day somebody reminds you of it. I'm here to remind you of that right now. If you're in a situation where you don't like what you do, what is it that you would like to do instead? Actively think about that. Make a few notes. Start researching. How could you get there? What needs to be done? What needs to change in my life right now? A lot of people go like, well, I can't afford to do another course. I can't afford to change. Okay, what needs to happen so you can afford it? Take it into little steps. What is the next step? It's only ever the next step. It's never like this huge gap that you have to reach in one day. Little steps. Little steps along the way brought you where you are right now. And when you look at the reverse gap, you will see how far you've come. I'm only here to remind you today how far you have come since that moment you were born, since the moment you got the dreadful news. There are all these milestones in your life, and for me, it is important to remind you how many milestones you have already passed, how far you have come in your life. And for all of you watching this, thinking, I don't feel I've come very far, take the next step, just one step. Send me a private message, have a chat to me. This is an open invitation. Let's chat how you can do this next step, how you can too start to appreciate how far you've come. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I do this every week. I send something to you that helps you step further, just that one step further, just that next step towards healing. I'm very big on healing, if you have not noticed that. I really want to do anything and everything I can to remind you that healing is a choice. Happiness is a choice. You have so many choices in your life, and often we just look at the one that is not our choice. We don't decide over life and death, but we decide what we can do with our life right now. So this is my open invitation. Look at the reverse gap. Look at how far you've come already, and then look at where you want to be. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I'm sending you so much love. Be proud of yourself. Embrace and celebrate how far you've come. This is Marie. Bye for now.